The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Locke, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Locked to throw for it on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On 1st down, it's Love, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown, LA! Richie James, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Another run by Lindsey. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Foxtrot. Ready?
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Kill.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
Lock now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
General West.
They look to throw. It's locked. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Pilot, 64, reach.
58 for Mike.
Snap.
On third and long, it's locked. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's locked. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Lock going to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 24. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Throwing on second and 14. Lock. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Lock going to go on fourth down. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's third down.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Mike's 56.
Come on. You better bring. Hey, Sam on. Look, squeeze. Go. Shoot.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Come on, baby, let's go. Big time. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Hey, exit.
We got a plane to catch.
Snap.
Back to throw it. Murray. He's going to launch it for Washington. He's got him in. Complete. 30. Past the 20. 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was...
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this